Tonight, the OPS board will vote on approving a $125,000 settlement involving an employee. Meredith McIver says she is left with permanent injuries after breaking up a fight with students back in 2022. McIver had surgery following the incident. As a part of the deal with the district, McIver will not claim any more liability from the district.
New